All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Socratic dialogue on evolution of emotion. We have two teams with us who will be pitching their idea today. Before we move forward, I would request members of both teams to introduce themselves, please. Who wants to go first?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Sandeep Singh, and today I'm part of Evolutionary Wellness.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanita. I'm part of Evolutionary Wellness. I work as a content writer and Vishkarma.
Hi everyone, I'm Darshana Adam. I'm part of Tech Team at Deep Thought, and today I'm part of Team Evolutionary Wellness.
Greetings, everyone. I am Raghuveer Issa, and I'm part of Evolutionary Wellness, and I'm working as a data champion in DT.
Hi everyone, I am Archana. I am part of Team Solitude Seekers. I am from UBL Content Writing Team.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rahul Sen, and I am from Solitude Seekers, and I am from Vishkarma.
Hello everyone, my name is Samiksha and today I'm part of Team Solitude Seekers.
Hi everyone, I'm Pratibha and I'm the coach for Solitude Seekers of the Winning Culture Lab.
Hi everyone, I'm Dia and today I'm going to be the co-moderator of this ST.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paridhi, and today I will be the moderator of this ST along with Dia. Right. So let's get started with the pitches. Which team would like to go first? I hope I was audible. Which team would like to go first?
Okay, we'll go ahead. Solitude Seekers.
Sure. Please go ahead. And please keep in mind that you would have 2 minutes for your pitch, after which the other team, Team Evolutionary Wellness, can start with their questions. And before you get started, could you please tell us why you chose the name Solitude Seekers?
So we chose this name because by keeping in mind that ancestral evolution of emotions and the modern trends, they wanted a community, but now people want to be single. But being single, it's not like the individualistic approach has been increased. So we are telling like being individual also you can attain solitude. That's why like solitude seekers.
Okay. Please get started with the pitch. And again, you would have 2 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. Today we are from Team Solitude Seekers. Our topic is social isolation and the loneliness epidemic in a hyper-connected world. So our ancestral way of living was community-centric or the face-to-face interaction, and they were involved more with the nature. Even the rituals or the festivals they conducted was related to climatic changes and the nature. But what is the current scenario? In the modern way, people are choosing to more towards individualistic or digital communication is more. Even while having dinner, also people don't talk, they're on their phones. And it's more of like a sedentary lifestyle is also inclined towards this generation. Over to you, Samiksha.
Yeah, so I'll be speaking about the mismatch. So our ancestors lived by depending on each other, but today we focus more on being independent. We have moved from face-to-face talks to quick digital chats, and we don't spend any time with the environment or nature, and we are replaced by our busy schedules. And next. Yeah, so why is this important? Because over 25% of adults worldwide experience this chronic loneliness, and nearly half of US adults feel lonely. And this is not just emotional; it also increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, which is as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Over to you,
Okay,
Rahul.
yeah. So why it is impacting our mental health? Because this leads to anxiety, depression, stress, and also due to remote works, there is an increased feeling of isolation at their workplace also, and because social media is leading to lot of shallow connection. It is impacting the youth too. So, Amrita, can you change the slide? Yeah. So we can, cover these gaps by building the community which have the people which have same interests so that they can communicate with each other also, and they can uh, decrease the gap between them, and we can also include that in educational systems also, so that our future will not be facing that anxieties and loneliness issues. So, yeah, so that is our conclusion, that we are creating a platform where we are decreasing the that we are decreasing that loneliness or anxiety issues, and we are increasing the conversations between people who are facing that type of issues. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Team Solitude Seekers. Over to Team Evolutionary Wellness for their question. Who would like to ask the first question?
Okay, so the question that I would like to ask is what is the emotions that you are trying to tackle in this system that you have designed?
The main emotion that we are trying to deal with is loneliness, as we mentioned. So that is our main focus in our pitch.
Is loneliness an emotion?
Yes, being lonely is also emotion, right? That can lead to stress, anxiety, depression. It is creating some impact on human body. And the way we react also will be hampered. Our lifestyle will be changed due to this loneliness. Being alone is entirely different from being lonely. So we'll tell like the solitude is like being alone, also you're happy. It's not like you're sad.
Okay, but you mentioned that you are trying to build community where people gather. So then how is it solitude?
See, it can be solitude also. It's not like only solitude. The name is there, but it can be community driven also, where people can interact. Genuine, what you say, genuine emotions needs to be created due to this social media era. There are like the what you say, the emotions or the relations have become very shallow. There is no depth in any emotions. There are, but like many. So we want to create that genuinity in the relationships.
Can I add on to what she replied? Yeah, so we all know that humans are social animals, right? So this is the fact that we want to, like, what we want to learn from our ancestors is they used to be scared to be alone because they would be easy prey. So we want to get that back into our modern lives of being more engaged with the community and sharing and being amongst people.
Okay, so this community, like, what is the system that you have built to, or what are the tools that are going to work to get this,
Yeah.
community?
Yeah, so what exactly you are offering in the community? Like what will be the value additions that you will be ensuring that, yeah, the genuinity that you want to ensure in your
Raghuveer,
in your system.
let's keep the questions brief. So
Yeah,
your
so can
question is
you
basically what services are they offering? What are the tools in this community?
to ensure that, yeah.
So the tools can be like getting together like-minded people. They can interact more. And the other tools can also be practicing mindfulness, like yoga sessions can also be included, where people can connect it. Or you can say like there is a community where the festivals will be celebrated. People, if you are creating a platform that people can come and interact. People are very busy nowadays. They can't create anything for themselves. If they have something ready made kept in front of them, they'll get involved more. So it's like calling down like-minded people, tools and all, we haven't figured it out because it's basically dependent on what is the mismatch from ancestral emotions to this.
So essentially, there's not a lot of clarity on the exact ways in which you want to achieve this, but what you want to achieve is community connection
Yes.
between people
Yes.
isolated. Okay. Any other questions from Team Evolutionary Wellness?
Besides from community, creating community, can other solution can be also implemented to reduce the isolation and loneliness?
Yes, they can be included. Suppose we gave example of educational institutions also. In the education institutions, they can do like teamwork, team projects, or community services can be incorporated into the schooling. So people like students from the young age, it's like schooling is the stepping stone for everyone. Everyone will be having fundamental emotions like fear, anger, hunger. These are fundamental from the childhood. But as we grow, all the emotions we learn from our friends, schools, and all. If the emotional intelligence or being with the community is trained in the school level, they'll be having the ability to mingle with people. This can also be included.
In ancient times, I have one question. In ancient times, people living in a similar community, they were not so lonely because all their maybe their goal was same or something. But in the current world, individuals' goals are different. Even though they are living in a same community, still they can feel lonely because, as you said, loneliness and being alone is two different things. So even if being in a community, they can be lonely. So how can we tackle that?
So I think, as Archana mentioned, if we inculcate this habit of making the person who's feeling lonely comfortable and make help them come out of the comfort zone, that is some value that can be that can be taught at the educational system level.
Darshana, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, so if there are like we will close this session in the interest of time. Let's have the other team pitch.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah. We named our team emotional wellness to highlight our emotions evolve to help us to adapt to challenges in the digital era, and it reflects our mission to create solutions that support mental health and balance in ever changing era. So we are team evolutionary wellness. So we are going to discuss about harnessing emotional evolution for mental health in the digital era. As you already know, in the digital era, or we have connected so much. We have innovation in work, and it's totally changed. But by focusing upon emotional evolution, we can find simple ways to stay balanced and healthy in today's fast-paced digital era. The problem statement is mental health in the digital era. As the rise of digital technology has significantly increased our mental health, it also increased connectivity, but at some point of time it leads to digital isolation and stress, and showing higher rates of anxiety and depression. So as technology becomes a part of our life, we can't separate it from our life. So it is crucial to address these issues to protect mental well-being in the digital era. Over to you, Raghuveer.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vanita. Before I start, can you please enable the slideshow?
Yeah.
Yeah, as the pretext has been made sent by Vanita. So the role of emotions in mental health are basically emotions are superordinate to external stimuli. Emotions are direct respondent to external stimulus, right? And connection to the physical health is also being very defined. Emotions are really closely linked to physical health, like chronic stress and negative emotions can manifest physical disabilities, not disabilities, symptoms like muscle tensions and pain, and impacting, which then impacts overall health and contribute to the mental health disorders as well. So the role of emotions are also helps to facilitate the social interactions and relationship as well. So moving on to the next slide, the challenges in the digital era are basically what negative emotions are taking up the lead most often. So feelings
Rahul,
like
I'll
fear
have
and
to
stress.
pause you. I'll have to pause you here. So you've crossed the 2 minute 30 second mark. So I would just request you to keep it brief.
All right. So challenges in the digital era are negative feelings, problem to self identify self awareness, and problem to completely enable the coping mechanisms. So over to you, Darshan.
Okay, by understanding the evolution of emotion, we can come up to some solutions which can be help to design tools and system. And some examples are journaling, mindfulness, and awareness drives. Other examples can be next slide. Okay, so other examples can be emotionally adaptive design, where we can use calming UI for the users to manage the stress. We can also recommend them dynamic content based on their mood by detecting their mood. And other than that, we can also use empathy-driven innovation by focusing on collaboration and connection and avoiding trigger content which can lead to stress and isolation. In conclusion, we can say by understanding the evolution of emotion, we can design certain tools which will help in reducing the negative emotion in this technological era. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Team Evolutionary Wellness. For future SDs, I would just like to recommend please avoid reading directly from the slide. And yeah, over to Team Solitude Seekers for their question.
Yeah, I want to ask what are the technology you are providing? So you did not specify any technology or any.
So the technology when we are going to, yeah, can I answer the question? Yeah. So the technology that we are uh, fostering over here is to create an app or a system in order to inculcate the practice of journaling and mindfulness. Like in mindfulness, what will be included is some nature sounds, which will help various people calm their nerves. So by using the technology, we're including these two aspects.
All right.
Can I ask a
Rahul, does that
question?
To add on, like we are using our tool so that we're incorporating with that apps so that they use all these things to to create a better mental health around people.
Rahul, does that answer your question? Do you have any follow-up?
I have a follow-up
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Let's finish one thread at a time. Yeah, Rahul, any follow-ups
But
from
I
your end?
think, yeah, but I think uh, apps like this is already there. You know?
Same question.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing that we will be doing is we will be incorporating such outreach programs within schools to pinpoint such practices. It's not that we are marketing our own app. It's like we are indulging them, encouraging them to use the practice of to have build a habit of journaling and take the help of natural sounds or any sounds that help them in the process of mindfulness.
I have a question, like, what is the emotion that you guys are working on?
We're working upon negative emotions.
Okay. How can you justify like these are negative emotions?
Okay, I can answer that. Okay, so negative emotion we can justify because I think anxiety, stress, depression, they all are negative emotions. And how we can connect it to our ancestors in a previously in our evolution when our ancestor used to get fearful or anxiety when for the survival. But in today's technological era, there is no jungle or lion or something. So there is no need of getting that fear, that same amount of fear and anxiety. But still, has our mind is not evolved. That emotion still persists in this technological era. But the only difference is the surroundings, our situations are different from our ancestor situation.
So like the
That's
negative emotion that you're working is on fear or
Yes,
fear.
fear
Fear can lead to anxiety and it
and
can
so
also
on.
lead to stress and depression.
But I believe for ancestors that fear was the survival. Because of that fear, they ran. They went in search of
Exactly.
anything and they evolved. So how can that
Definitely,
be a negative?
definitely. That's the take, right? That's how the essence, that's how the degree of emotion evolved over time. Now fear right now in the modern age is basically, oh my god, if what will I do if I fumble during SD, what will happen if someone judges me? So that's what the degree is reduced to now. Instead of degree of survival where life is on the line, now it is on basis of dignity. So but still the fear is still an emotion, right? So in order to make such people get out of their shell, so mainly who are in this shell, they are youngsters, toddlers who are mostly indulged in social media. So that's how
well,
we have made such
let
things. Yeah,
the answers brief, please. So essentially, you're saying that it's the degree of the emotion that you're targeting that is negative. Hmm. Archana, any follow-up questions? Does that answer your question?
No, no follow-up questions. But like I had this one like in this modern era, from the old era, the negativity that is what they are quoting fear as that lead to evolution or that lead to survivability means in this era, don't we think like that fear is the that can also lead to some innovations or some survivability changes?
Right.
definitely.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I can
definitely do
answer
things like
that. Um, in ancestor era, of course it was survival thing. So fear was a kind we can say was a emotion that helped them survive. But if you see the current situation, as I said, there is no lion or there is no jungle where we have to survive. Now our survival is we go to office, we we earn money through by going to the office or something like that, and but still the emotion is still persist in us. So if we look into the context of that, suppose if the person has to have to public speak in public, he's having the fear, but the situation is not their survival, and if he's not able to speak in public, that can affect negatively in his personality. So that's what I was trying to say.
so Darshan, I would just like to pose that question again. Is the emotion itself negative, or is it the degree of that emotion that is having negative impact?
I think degree of the emotion has that is
the emotion followed by the degree of the emotion is doing the impact. The thing is, like, in the ancestors don't need to, they don't, the suicide rates, they don't indulge in self-killing, right? But right now in this modern age, because of such negative emotions, suicide rates are so wrong, right? It is large. And basically what happens is the dignity is being uh, on the line. That's why the suicide rates are happening. The suicide when a person commits suicides, the reason mostly is because they are not mentally sound or they are not mentally viable because of such negative emotions. even though the degree is changing, but still the negative emotions have impact on their life, which is in related to survivability in some context.
So that fear from your explanation only, if you are telling fear is the one that is leading to suicidal and all, don't you think the fear is also making people to grow or learn more or to earn more?
Yes, it is, but we are catering to such people who are not able to see that picture, right?
So again, that brings us to the same question. Is it the emotion itself that is negative, or is it the degree to which certain people are experiencing it that is having a negative effect?
The emotion is not negative, but the situation which they are feeling that emotion, that can lead to negative. Okay. So, for example, if I give an ancestor era, seeing the lion, it was survival issues. But if now we see giving something, a public speaking can be that is some different situation, and that situation is different from the past situation, and because of that situation, the negativity can arise. So emotion is not the negative.
Right. I think that is what Archana was trying to arrive at as well. Okay. Any other questions from Team Solitude Seekers?
I have one more question. They talked about emotionally adaptive design. Can they give some example, like what can be those designs?
The emotionally adaptive design that we can use is by giving user calming user interface, where the user interface is very calm looking, very soothing colors we can use.
Okay, these can be very subjective, right? The colors or the calming or the choices. How come that can be that you can overcome?
But I think the colors like green colors, which resonate to the natures, can everyone can look at the green color as the calming, because we have that notion of our brain has that thing. When we see red, we think of a danger. When we see green, we think of nature. So by inculcating that color palette or that calming a UI to the our application, we can create that design.
So what if some people have negative emotions towards green color?
So we can give them options, right,
Okay.
of different colors, and we can have them freedom to choose what calming colors they can like choose.
Okay. Colors in the sense like what you are talking, you are giving those calming colors means like a visuals or something for the patients to look into what it is.
Yeah, either the user interface, the application of the user interface, the background colors and all will have very like soothing color like light blue or green, or there can be some designs of plants and trees, which can help them like create their mind can see those colors and all, and can like help to relax their mind.
All right. Archana, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Right. So in the interest of time, we'll stop the round two here, and we can take three reflections. Who would like to go in?
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I can also go after Archana. Sure.
Thank you, Archana. Thank you, Raghu.
Okay, so I learned like the fear from our ancestors that is there, the main from the discussion or the degree of the fear that is there. It's like fear is the main thing that made people to survive or fight for whatever is coming. It's like that is what created the courage in people, even in our ancestors, and currently also that fear is there because of that fear only people are moving ahead. Why people are getting so many graduations? Why people are earning? Why they want reputed companies or reputed colleges to go? So fear is there, but the context or the concept how we perceive it or our understanding to that fear or the meanings that we align to them has evolved, I feel.
Thank you, Archana. Raghuveer, please go ahead.
Yes. So during this SD live session, I realized that while Archana was asking me questions, I wasn't really able to hear listen what exactly she was asking. So I realized that I should listen more first, then respond, other than just replying. Yeah. And other than that, I really feel that the external stimulus are what are the main initiators of the emotions, and which then encouraged us to adapt on the situations, external situations, environmental situations, which are now at the age of modern era.
All right. Thank you, Raghuveer. We have space for one more reflection. Who would like to go in?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you,
I can.
Samisha. Please go.
Yeah, so from today's ST, I think both of the pitches were quite similar. It was about mental health and loneliness. I think this has made me understand that loneliness is such a serious and a grave issue in our current society right now, and how far we have come from the ancestral instinct where being alone is something that was that almost implied like yeah you're going to die alone, and now people choose to be alone. And I understood how this loneliness is affecting people's mental health physically and emotionally. So yeah, this is one thing that I came to understand from this topic and this SD.
All right. Thank you so much, Samisha. And with that, we'll end this week's Socratic Dialogue. Once again, thank you everyone for participating. And we will meet for the next Saturday Socratic Dialogue.